If you're over 65 and you start every morning with a steaming cup of coffee, you could be accelerating the loss of the very muscle you need to stay independent. But why does that warm, comforting drink sometimes turn into a silent saboteur of your strength? Take a breath. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the single science-backed ingredient you can stir into your coffee today and how it stops muscle loss faster than any pill on the market. If you're ready to protect your muscles and keep your independence, stay tuned and give this video a thumbs up right now because the next 15 seconds could change the rest of your life. I'm Dr. Elena Martinez, a geriatric nutritionist with 20 years of research on age-related muscle decline. I've helped thousands of seniors keep their strength through simple, evidence-based tweaks. Let's talk about sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass and function that begins around 30 and accelerates sharply after 65. By the time you reach 70, we lose roughly 1% of muscle each year. That's the equivalent of losing the weight of a newborn every 10 months. When muscle dwindles, everyday tasks become harder, fall risk rises, and independence slips away. Coffee, for many of us, is the ritual that jump-starts the day. Caffeine spikes your alertness, but it also nudges cortisol higher and creates sharp postprandial glucose spikes. Those spikes trigger catabolic pathways that tell your body to break down muscle protein for fuel. In other words, the very drink that fuels your brain can also be quietly eroding the muscles that keep you standing. The good news is that a simple, inexpensive addition to your brew can flip that catabolism into anabolism, the building up of muscle. That ingredient is already sitting in most kitchens waiting to be harnessed. What if a spice you've used for desserts could also be a muscle-saving superhero? If you're curious, keep listening and I'll walk you through the exact steps. Step 1, identify the ingredient Ceylon cinnamon. Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, a compound that gently lowers post-meal glucose spikes. Lower glucose means lower insulin surges, which reduces activation of the mTOR inhibitory pathway that tells muscles to break down. In plain terms, it stops the blood sugar roller coaster that tells your body to burn muscle for fuel. Add half a teaspoon, about 2 grams of Ceylon cinnamon to your coffee, stir for 10 seconds, and enjoy. Avoid cassia cinnamon because it contains higher levels of coumarin, which can stress the liver when taken in large doses over time. Now you might wonder, is that really enough to make a difference? The answer is a resounding yes, especially when combined with the natural insulin spike modulating power of cinnamon. Studies show that regular consumption of Ceylon cinnamon can improve insulin sensitivity by up to 15% in older adults, translating into a measurable preservation of lean muscle mass over months. Imagine keeping the strength to lift groceries, climb stairs, or simply walk without fatigue. If you already love cinnamon, drop a leaf emoji in the comments and let me know how you use it. And if this insight is opening your eyes, consider hitting subscribe. We're just scratching the surface of what your morning cup can do for your muscles. Stay with me because the next steps will introduce 2 more allies that together with cinnamon turn your coffee into a powerful muscle protecting formula. Now let us turn our attention to the second ally that will sit beside cinnamon in your morning cup. Imagine a protein source so pure that it slides effortlessly into the liquid without altering the aroma you love, yet delivers the essential building blocks your muscles crave. That source is a high-quality whey protein isolate, preferably one that is grass-fed and free from artificial additives. What does whey protein actually do for a body that is beginning to lose muscle? In simple terms, whey supplies the amino acids, especially leucine, that act as the master key for muscle protein synthesis. When you consume leucine in sufficient amounts, it triggers the mTOR pathway, a cellular switch that tells your muscle cells to turn on the construction crew and start repairing and building new fibers. In older adults, the sensitivity of this pathway tends to diminish, meaning you need a slightly stronger signal to achieve the same anabolic response. Whey protein, with its rapid digestion and high leucine content, provides exactly that boost. So how do you incorporate this power protein into your coffee without turning it into a milkshake? The instruction is straightforward. Measure out 1 scoop, about 25 grams of a grass-fed whey protein isolate. If your coffee is particularly hot, allow it to cool for a moment. Extreme heat can denature the protein and reduce its effectiveness. Add the scoop to your cup, stir gently for 15 seconds, and watch the powder dissolve into a silky, frothy layer that complements the coffee's natural crema. If you prefer a cooler beverage, you can blend the whey with a splash of cold water first, then pour the mixture over your coffee, creating a latte-like texture that is both refreshing and nourishing. You may be thinking, will this extra protein upset my stomach? The answer for most seniors is a reassuring no, provided the whey isolate is free from lactose and other common irritants. Grass-fed varieties typically undergo a filtration process that removes most of the lactose, leaving a product that is gentle on the digestive system. Of course, if you have a known sensitivity, start with a half scoop and observe how your body responds before moving to the full serving. Now let us introduce the third and final component that completes this triad of muscle protecting power. Consider the humble ground flaxseed, a tiny seed that carries a mighty payload of omega-3 fatty acids, lignans, and soluble fiber. Omega-3 fats, particularly alpha-linolenic acid, have been shown to dampen chronic inflammation, a silent contributor to muscle breakdown. Inflammation, when persistent, can interfere with the body's ability to synthesize new muscle protein, essentially putting a brake on the very process we are trying to accelerate. Ground flaxseed also supplies magnesium and potassium, electrolytes that support muscle contraction and nerve signaling. The soluble fiber in flaxseed helps regulate blood sugar spikes after meals, complementing the glucose modulating effect of cinnamon. Together, these actions create a harmonious environment where muscle tissue can thrive rather than deteriorate. To add flaxseed to your coffee, begin with a tablespoon, about 10 grams of freshly ground flaxseed. Whole flaxseed is difficult for the body to digest, so grinding ensures you receive the full spectrum of nutrients. Sprinkle the ground seed onto your coffee after you have stirred in the cinnamon and whey, then give the mixture a gentle swirl. The flaxseed will settle lightly at the bottom, creating a subtle nutty undertone that blends beautifully with the coffee's natural bitterness. If the texture feels a bit gritty, you can let the coffee sit for a minute, allowing the seeds to soften, or you can blend the entire concoction for a smoother finish. You might ask, is it safe to combine all 3 ingredients every day? The research suggests that when used in moderation, the combination is not only safe, but synergistic. Cinnamon keeps blood sugar levels steady, whey provides the amino acid surge needed for muscle rebuilding, and flaxseed curtails inflammation while supplying essential fatty acids. This trio works together much like a well-orchestrated symphony, each instrument playing its part to produce a harmonious result, preserved lean mass, and improved functional strength. Before we move forward, let us pause for a moment. Take a breath and consider the simplicity of this ritual. A single cup of coffee enhanced with 3 natural ingredients can become a daily act of self-preservation. It is a modest investment of time and a few grams of pantry staples, yet the payoff can be measured in the ability to climb stairs without breathlessness, to carry groceries without strain, and to maintain independence well into the golden years. Now that you understand the why and the how, let us explore how to integrate this coffee upgrade into a broader lifestyle plan that maximizes its benefits. First, timing matters. Consuming this fortified coffee within 30 minutes of waking aligns the nutrient influx with the body's natural cortisol peak, a hormonal surge that prepares us for activity by providing a balanced mix of glucose, modulating spice, rapid-acting protein, and anti-inflammatory fat at this moment. You set a positive tone for the day's metabolic processes. Second, pair this beverage with a brief resistance-focused exercise routine. Even a simple set of body weight squats, wall push-ups, or seated leg lifts performed for 15 minutes can amplify the anabolic signal delivered by the weight. The combination of resistance training and protein intake has been shown to stimulate muscle protein synthesis more effectively than either intervention alone. If you are new to exercise, start with gentle movements, perhaps 5 repetitions of each exercise repeated 3 times, and gradually increase the volume as your confidence grows. Third, ensure you are staying adequately hydrated throughout the day. Water supports nutrient transport, joint lubrication, and the removal of metabolic waste. Aim for a glass of water before each cup of coffee and keep a bottle at hand to sip between meals. Proper hydration also helps the fiber in flaxseed perform its role in stabilizing blood sugar levels. Fourth, prioritize sleep. During deep sleep stages, the body releases growth hormone, another catalyst for muscle repair. A consistent bedtime routine, perhaps a warm shower, a short meditation, and a dimmed environment can improve sleep quality, thereby enhancing the muscle-preserving effects of your morning coffee. Finally, monitor your progress. Keep a simple journal noting how many steps you take each day, how many stairs you climb without feeling winded, and any changes in how your clothes fit. Over weeks and months, you may notice a subtle but steady improvement in strength and endurance. Remember, muscle preservation is a gradual process. The goal is not an overnight transformation, but a steady plateau against the inevitable decline that comes with age. Let us address a common concern that many seniors voice when they hear about adding supplements to their diet. Some wonder whether this regimen could interfere with medications or existing health conditions. The answer is nuanced but encouraging. Cinnamon in moderate amounts, half a teaspoon per day, has been studied extensively and is generally regarded as safe for most individuals, though those on blood-thinning medications should consult their physician, as cinnamon can have mild anticoagulant properties. Grass-fed whey protein isolate, being low in lactose and free from added sugars, poses minimal risk of interaction, but as with any protein supplement, individuals with kidney concerns should discuss appropriate protein levels with their healthcare provider. Ground flaxseed, when consumed at a tablespoon daily, is also considered safe, yet it can slightly reduce the absorption of certain minerals such as zinc and iron. Spacing flaxseed intake away from iron-rich meals can mitigate this effect. If you have any doubts, the best course of action is to speak with your doctor or a registered dietitian who understands your personal health profile. They can help you tailor the dosage and timing to suit your unique needs, ensuring that you reap the maximum benefit without unintended side effects. Now, let us revisit the science in a concise recap so the key points stay fresh in your mind. Cinnamon works as a natural regulator of blood sugar spikes, preventing the catabolic cascade that can erode muscle tissue. Whey protein delivers a rapid supply of leucine, the trigger that flips the switch on muscle protein synthesis, especially important as the body ages and becomes less responsive. Ground flaxseed supplies omega-3 fatty acids and soluble fiber, both of which quell chronic inflammation and support a stable metabolic environment conducive to muscle maintenance. Together, these 3 ingredients form a synergistic trio that addresses the 3 main drivers of sarcopenia: insulin volatility, insufficient anabolic signaling, and persistent inflammation. Imagine for a moment the cumulative impact of this simple habit over a year. Each day you provide your muscles with the nutrients they need to stay strong. You temper the blood sugar roller coaster that can trigger unwanted muscle breakdown, and you quiet the low-grade inflammation that silently gnaws at tissue integrity. Over 12 months, that consistent daily support can translate into a preservation of several pounds of lean mass, a difference that may mean the ability to remain independent, to travel, to enjoy hobbies without the looming fear of falls or fatigue. Before we close, I want to leave you with a practical challenge. For the next 7 days, try this coffee upgrade each morning and pair it with a brief resistance routine. Keep a note of how you feel each day, your energy levels, any joint stiffness, and your overall mood. At the end of the week, reflect on any subtle changes. Share your experience in the comments below. Your story could inspire another viewer who is hesitant to try something new. If this information resonated with you, consider giving this video a thumbs up. Your feedback helps the community grow and ensures that more seniors discover these evidence-based strategies. And if you find value in these weekly health insights, feel free to subscribe. I regularly share practical, science-backed tips that empower you to take charge of your well-being without expensive gadgets or complex regimens. In closing, remember that aging does not have to be synonymous with decline. By harnessing the power of everyday ingredients, cinnamon, whey protein, and flaxseed, you can transform a simple cup of coffee into a potent ally against muscle loss. Coupled with movement, rest, and mindful hydration, this ritual offers a proactive pathway to preserve strength, maintain independence, and enjoy a vibrant life well into your later years. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May your mornings be flavorful, your muscles resilient, and your future bright. Stay curious, stay active, and until next time, take care of your body. It's the only home you'll ever truly have. If this tip sparked hope, give a thumbs up, share your coffee ritual below, and subscribe for more simple science to keep you strong. Stay strong.